closure of Indian consulate in Kashgar. Is it not something that no one have ever heard it? Have you ever heard it that India has consulate in Xinjiang, Kashgar or Kashi, Kashgar? Its name was Indian consulate at Kashgar. Indian consulate at Kashgar. I believe there would be Indian consulate in Lhasa also. Tibet being a different country, and the name of Xinjiang in 1947, because it was an independent country at that moment, its name was East Turkistan. There was a separate country that was north to India, was East Turkestan. East Turkestan, one country, and Tibet, another country in 1947. And India being an independent country, separate country in 1947, it had consulate in Kashgar, Indian consulate in Kashgar. We are talking about closure of Indian consulate in Kashgar. If there was Indian consulate in Kashgar, then there would be Indian consulate in Lhasa also, that is Tibet. So India was different. This is what I say. India was not the same country what we are seeing. Switzerland, France, Italy, United States, Canada, and Germany. This is what we discuss rather than discussing about the neighbor. It's nice that if people are rich, very rich, they can go out there and enjoy their life. But what about what you had earlier? 1947, India had official consulate at Kashgar. The reason for this consulate was there was high level trade between Ladakh Leh region and then Lhasa and then Yarkand, Hotan and Kashgar. That region was very active. Not only that, with the Gilgit and Baltistan also through the Kargil and Skardu. Kargil, Askardu, Gilgit, Baltistan, Hunja Valley, Samsgam, Sigar district, and this region, Kashi, Kasgar, Hotan, Yarkand, and then Lhasa. This region, what we are talking now, that is Himalayan region, that was very, very active in, in kind of trade. But in 1963, when India lost to China in Aksai Chin War, then Nehru told in parliament that leave it. It was anyway uninhibited area, so leave it. But behind the scene, what had happened? It was not uninhibited area. This full region was kind of that is full in the trade. So people in the Leh Ladakh region, they used to kind of, now there is a Karakoram tract, Karakoram Pass. So Karakoram Pass is adjoining the Siachen Glacier. From Siachen Glacier, if you get down, then there is a Karakoram Pass through which someone can enter into Central Asia, or someone can enter into the path to Kashgar. That was there was tons of caravan that were going in that direction. It was busy road in 1947. But 1947 discussion always happened with Indian Parliament and then Presidential Palace and then this and that. No one talks about that reason. That is something that went into dark. Okay. Now in 1953, 1949, China occupied the Kashgar region and it renamed as Xinjiang. That was East Turkestan. It was renamed as Xinjiang. The Prime Minister of China was Zhao. So Zhao, he captured East Turkestan. India has consulate in the Kashgar, but it kept quiet. Then in 1951, China entered in Tibet. 1949 captured Xinjiang, I mean East Turkestan. In 1951, they entered Tibet. India was silent. Okay, and in 1953, in Tibet means in Lhasa, So to Indian administration, they officially told that you have to close the, they are considering Xinjiang as a closed area. This is the word they use, closed area. Xinjiang being part of China, so it is a closed area. If it is part of China, then still there can be consulate, right? But still, they said in the Tibet that it is a closed area. They entered in the Tibet, they started bloodbath in the Tibet. But India had nothing to do with the Tibet because that there is a McMahon line. If there is a McMahon line between India and Tibet that Britishers drew, then India should not do anything. And then there is a McDonald line between this Jammu Kashmir and Kashgar region, then India should not do anything. So when China suggested India that Xinjiang is a closed region now, then India politely closed the consulate of the Kashgar, consulate at Kashgar. So this story is about closure of consulate in Kashgar in 1953. Okay. Now Jawaharlal Nehru, he is trying after that, rather than attacking on the China, okay, showing China its real face. Jawaharlal Nehru, he was trying to find excuses in discussion, or he was giving actually the reason why China did that. Means he was supporting what China was doing. In 1954, in 1953, India closed the consulate in Kashgar. Consulate was required because there was heavy communication between Ladakh and Kashgar at that moment. Ladakh Kashgar, Ladakh Hotan, Ladakh Yarkhan, Ladakh Tibet. There was heavy trade happen at that time. So in 1953, India closed the consulate, and 1954, when China was in a war with Tibet, then India signed a kind of punch seal agreement with the China. Can you believe it? Rather than attacking on the China, Nehru signed punch seal agreement with the China in 1954. Okay. What is the punch seal agreement? I will read it. But the punch seal agreement is no one would attack on other. No one would interfere in the other's sovereignty. No one would interfere in other internal matter. This proves that Nehru was fearing that after conquering Xinjiang and Tibet, China should not enter India. Rather than rather than continuing their consulate in Kashgar and Tibet, so that people in the Ladakh region, the way they are employed, the way they are giving job to others, the way they are earning, the economy is blooming. Rather than continuing with that, they are in punch seal agreement with the China in 1954 that please don't touch us, means don't come more inside us. Whatever you have done, it's all right. Okay. Not only that, see the CIA, Central Investigation Agency, I believe Central Investigation Agency in India, it gave report in 1954 itself that China is building road between Kashgar and Lhasa, Tibet. Lhasa to Kashgar through Aksai Chin region. That region comes in between. Through that region, China started building road in 1953-54 only. And CIA, it, it informed government of India that road is being built by China through Aksai Chin region. All the intelligence agency, they gave the report. All intelligence, they gave the report that China is building road through Aksai Chin region from Lhasa to Kashgar. But India kept quiet. Jawaharlal Nehru kept quiet, and rather than, he was praising China in some indirect way that what was their emerge. So Nehru used to call that China is in some political changes, some revolutionary change. Revolutionary change is happening in China That's the reason we need to close our consulate in Kashgar, because that was a big blow on the economy of Kashgar region people. I mean, economy of the Ladakh region people. The Ladakh region people were heavily dependent upon this trade. Kashgar to Ladakh, Kashgar to Hotan, Kashgar to Yarkand, Kashgar to Tibet, Kashgar to Gilgit-Baltistan, all broke. Means China broke the Ladakh backbone. Not only that, in 1957 onward, China was openly found saying that Ladakh is part of Xinjiang. China was openly saying this, that Ladakh is part of Xinjiang, means full territory it wanted to take. If Ladakh was going to China, then certainly Nehru would have lost all the elections. To retain the Ladakh, now he signed Panchsheel agreement that no one should interfere in each other's matter, knowing that Aksai Chin region, China is building the road. But in 1957, the one tabloid, one newspaper, one magazine in China, it officially declared that China has now the highest altitude road in the world. That is from Tibet to Kashgar. That is, I believe it is maximum or average height is 4,000 meters. That road is. That is highest altitude road. Then only worldwide people came to know that Aksai Chin region is no more with India. China has taken. Okay. Now there is a uproar. There is a big drama happening in India that that region went to China. What you were doing? Now by 1959, China completely took over Tibet. Now 1959, Dalai Lama along with 80,000 supporters, he arrives in India. Pain for India, pain for Dalai Lama. No one wants to leave their home. Pain for everyone. When you close the consulate in 1953, and in 1953, the China, when they were inside the Tibet, they informed you that Xinjiang is a closed region. Then you were not knowing that Tibet will be captured by China. Now, what will happen to Tibet and what will happen to you? But you signed Panchsheel agreement. And in 1963, there is a war for Aksai Chin. Is it not something for namesake? 10 years before only you were knowing that they are building road, you had to close the consulate. Your CIA is giving you information, intelligence information that roads are being constructed. Full information CIA was providing, that how many trucks with the construction material landed where and how construction is going. Every report they were giving. Then in 1960, what is the war? Meaning of the war? That is just to show the Indian people that we are fighting for our nation, because we came to know that there is a road there. This is Indian National Congress. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Means Indian National Congress, if you see, or I'm talking about Ladakh, which has the trade relationship with Kashgar. Just think about northeast, north side Tibet, east side Burma, and this side Bangladesh. Full trade closed. Full trade closed for northeast. Full trade closed with Bengal region. Full trade closed with the Bihar region because it had good trade with the Tibet. Full trade closed with the Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, means they had full trade Andhra Pradesh with the Lanka, now it is Sri Lanka, with the Maldives, full trade gone, all become country, full trade with the Sindh, full trade with the Bhavalpur, that is kind of Cholistan region in Pakistan, Punjab, then Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Afghanistan, Central Asia, full trade all along vanished. Okay, but Congress was happy. Don't touch us. Was full employment gone. Now in election rally they are coming. LPG cylinder, LPG cylinder, LPG cylinder, 500 rupees, 500 rupees. Give us vote and we will give you LPG cylinder 500 rupees. Job in railway, job, full job you took away. Whatever the job was in Bengal region or the northeast to Burma and Tibet, Bihar with the Tibet, and then this Ladakh region, that Himalayan region with Tibet and Kashgar and Baltistan region, Punjab region, Rajasthan region, Gujarat region, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, okay, full trade you closed. And then you're talking about LPG cylinder. Means this is the part. Means India is shrinking. 1947 is not the Independence Day. It is the most blackened day, worst day in Indian history. When the rate of increase in population, because a big area you are covering, then population will not grow. But if you confine people to a boundary, then population will grow. This is natural. So population grew, unemployment grew, everything worst thing. 1 rupee, $1, $1 to 84 rupees. Everything worst started happening. But these people were showing the patriotism. In 1963, the country showed the patriotism when it fought with China for Aksai Chin, because it came to know, right, suddenly. Now, now they will election rally, they were talking about, they will give job to everyone, in everyone's account, this much money quickly, immediately. Okay, whatever they were, people were earning, that full employment gone. Now Aadhaar card to PAN card to mobile number to this number, then this number to your house number, then house number to that number, keep attaching here and there, keep suing. And then you will suddenly you will get job in railway, then suddenly you will, in your bank account, money will come from the government. Where from money will come? When money is not getting generated, when money was there, there was no unemployment condition in 1947. Now it is more than 90%. Where from money will come and where for you will give? Post the election, they don't discuss it at all. Okay, we will talk about it, about the closure of Kashgar consulate in 1953. This is one of the kind of the biggest event happened post 1947. Closure of Kashgar consulate by Mr. Nehru in 1953.